Oh, lovers of freedom, I greet you all. We are jubilating. We are celebrating. We are celebrating. Please, I want to have your opinion on the comment section. What do you think is happening? Do you think it is coincidence that the Nigerian, that the prosecuting counsel just woke up and said, now we don't tire for this man matter. We don't give up. We have seen that there is no tangible headway, no evidence. We go explain, oh, we go explain, oh, we go explain. Today we don't know waiting to talk again. Do you think it is coincidence that the case that has lingered for over 4 years, the same week that Simon Ekpa was granted bail, the federal government of Nigeria got tired? Do you think it is coincidence that the American legal squad that came to observe the case yesterday, did you think it's all coincidence? Did you people see, did you follow Nnamdi Kanu's case? Did you follow Ndu's case yesterday? The squad came from America. Out of, they were trying to save their face. Then the judge was angry at the prosecuting counsel and said something. He said, why are you bringing this thing up? The judge got angry. What is this? What are you bringing up? This is very inconsequential. You cannot be doing this again. We said we want to end this case on Friday. From now to Friday, we want to. So, and the witnesses, what they were bringing was too watery. Please, as you are coming in, this is supposed to be very engaging. As you are coming in, kindly subscribe. Kindly click on the like button. Share to invite others. Hit the like button so that it will show engagement, so that they may know we are busy here doing something good, and then they recommend to many. Let me also share. Are we there? Thank you. Okay. So now, Barrister Aloy Ejimako had engagement with those. I don't know. Some of you, if you watch that video, can you indicate when Barrister Aloy Ejimako was, because he knew that the case was already going to favor Nnamdi Kanu, and if something seriously is not done, they might still change the thing overnight. Which is, of course, the reason why they wanted a secret trial, so that people do not know what is going on. They can just wake up and change anything. That's why Aloy Ejimako kept on engaging the public from outcome of the court. That's why a week plus ago, 2 weeks ago, he was almost sanctioned in the court for always trying to, get the people updated. But that was in the best interest of his counsel, his client, Nnamdi Kanu. Now, you can see that Aloy Ejimako take Nnamdi Kanu's problem, Nnamdi Kanu's ordeal, Nnamdi Kanu's matter. Like he feel like he's involved in what Nnamdi Kanu is trying to defend. And this is what we need. Now, do you think it was coincidence? Somebody will now be imagining, what of those people that were saying, oh, Onyendu, they want to somehow reduce Onyendu so that they cannot carry on with the declaration, the Biafran. And some people were carried. Some people believed that this person was really working with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, or was really working with Simon Ekpa. Because if you are working with Simon Ekpa, you are working with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Now, these same traitors, even when they saw Simon Ekpa with the people they deceived the masses that they were enemies of Simon, when they saw Simon snapping pictures and feeling at home with these people, of course, Simon banished these individuals, like she will always use, from coming anywhere around him, even while in the custody of the Finnish authority. He didn't want to have anything to do with her. He didn't want to have her anywhere around him. Now, some morons think they are doing Nnamdi Kanu, they are working with Simon, and so they are looking at blatant, they are looking at deceit in their very eyes. No wonder. I said I've been so marveled that people who are really intellectually sound, who are supposed to be intellectually sound, they all were, getting deceived by the wave. They were all getting deceived by the wave. Now someone asked a question. Now they begin to tag the person. Even they began to run abuses. We were all deceived all this while. What happened that now our PM is with this person? Our PM is with the other person. Our PM is snapping picture with all of them. How come? And they still found another lies. Because in the first place, they don't want Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to be free. The father and son. They don't want the father and son because these people have been, a significant number of them, they don't know what is cooking. Then some is because of position, others because of money. Because the dubious character is, having access to enough money. The money she is given from the paymasters and the money that Biafran people, commit to her custody, believing she's working with for the interest of the restoration. Now, I am asking them, who are all partners in crime with Nkurumiri Uruago, Chibuze Egwatu? You wished Nnamdi Kanu life imprisonment. You said if he dies there now, no, it will be a cheap fine. So it's better that he rots there forever. And some of you didn't make connections. That whatever you hear Nkurumiri Uruago say, that Nkurumiri Uruago is working with, they are all working for the same paymaster. You can see I have not always come, I've not been coming to talk about them, but because of this victory, when she said, oh, that after all Benjamin Madubugu was kissing Onyendu, that is the same way Judas Iscariot was kissing Jesus Christ. So don't be deceived by What you are seeing, it was from our effort, how we have continued to hit on the Finnish authority. It was our effort have yielded. That is why Simon is our PM is out. Our PM have been this. Say, hey, when you condemn these people that came to testify against our leader, when you condemn those who sold our leader, and you think you are smart, you are clapping down now for with the King Kong Kurumiri colleague, the female counterpart of the Kurumiri, because they are all smoking shepe together. So why do you think you are really smart? I said I will not engage anybody. I will not talk about any of them. What I simply did is I cut my interaction with a lot of people, because if your mind will be as poor as this, I don't see any reason me continue with you. You can't continue to talk, because this is a height of poor-mindedness. You are looking at this. You are looking at this. Simon himself was so very clear. There was nothing that you needed to know that Simon did not even make open before his arrest. Before we go to answer the name United States of Biafra, we would have gotten recognized. It is this structure brig here that we are going to use in getting this recognition. So simple. Now, do you believe that maybe in hours to come, this same criminal creature will come and now want to give the impression that she is with Nnamdi Kanu, she's celebrating the victory of Nnamdi Kanu? That is why sometimes I prefer that Nkurumiruago. Yes, as a lunatic, at least you know where he stands. Yes, even in the face of his lunacy, you know where he stands. The other Igbo, they keep on deceiving themselves. These are the people who were jubilating, celebrating, that the people that the commanders Nnamdi Kanu put up, that finally started working with Simon Ekpa, who is on the same course of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, from different viewpoint lenses. They said, oh, hey, this one's let them come and broadcast again now. Go and ask where's Holy Ghost now. Let them gentle, when we gentle broadcast again. No, then you said you are following Nnamdi Kanu. Then the people that paid the ultimate price, physically present, taking the bullet, and you said you love Simon, you love Onyendu, and you are the one quick to point to who is Judas and how he give his kisses. You are the one who is quick to point to Benjamin in Mmadu Bonketa, and you don't remember that you are a hypocrite, a profound one. You are very grounded in the act of hypocrisy. Because you think, let me tell you, it is sheer foolishness for anyone to think he or she can deceive all the people all the time, that the people will never see the truth any day. It goes to say that the person's mind is very, very weak and poor, that you can deceive all the people all the time. When the going got tough, Dr. Agi said, no, I cannot be party to this again. No. And the only thing that saved Dr. Agi before, to me, if our PM was released or discharged or granted bail before Dr. Agi put up her resignation, I wouldn't have ever trusted her. That doesn't go to say that I already have trusted her, but at least she did it before our PM release. What about the other ones that you are looking at as good people who are still there? Those who are looking at black, they are seeing black and seeing the glittering, you know, the color of black, and they're still telling you, you know, it looks like milk color, but it is white. Oh, we'll always find a soft landing, a cover up to protect evil. Congratulations to my supreme leader, onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, onye ọ ga-adịrị mma mgbe niile. If you followed this development like I would want to read, you will find out that this has been in the pipeline before now. And there is something very important which I mentioned about 3 months ago or 2 months ago. Those obedient people, they came on, oh, they want to attack. What are you always talking about? I said, yes, so what they are now saying is that they want to release Nnamdi Kanu ahead of the 2027 presidential election. I said, even the members of the DOS are even saying the same thing now. So can't you see that all these people have been together? They want to release Nnamdi Kanu. Tinubu is trying to play smart. Okay, no problem. Let him play smart. Okay, he should not play smart, so that what will happen? Igbo presidency. And who will be the person? Who will be the person now representing the Igbos in that presidency? Who? The person you are projecting. When in the history of the Igbo race has he ever stood to defend Igbo cause? Tell me, when in his miserable life have you ever stood to defend the Igbo cause? Igbo presidency. That's why the lion said that I'm looking for a prey to devour. Doesn't mean I will, go for maggot infested rotten fowl. So because we want to have, at this point, what do you think we are? Haven't we crossed that point where you keep on doing what you know will never yield? Showore, who is a Yoruba man, came to this Nedu podcast, Honest Bunch podcast, and said it clearly that there is a written document somewhere which has been concealed for decades. And what is it? What is in the content? What is the content of the document? That it is over their dead body for an Igbo man to climb to that hallowed position in the Nigerian state. So what do you think will make that person suddenly jumping to go into a major party, a new party? Now you ask yourself, if you think that man is being, it's about his determination to serve because of his commitment. Okay, even Ayodele Fayose of Ekiti State last week was either in TVC or in channels. He was saying that this man, how could he, if he mean well, he shouldn't be doing. Who are the persons in that major party that you want to go there? Okay, if they accept to give you a ticket, now you are all with them. So now, can't you see it's not a matter of his claim, his self-acclaimed righteousness. It's not about his sincerity. It is all about grabbing of power. Because of somebody like that, we will sacrifice Onyendu, the man with his level of intelligence. Look at Nwoke, very handsome man, very sound, proven, tested, and trusted. But he want to defend, he want to stand for his people's cause. And it is this kind of character that want to be in a party with the Boko Haram. The man that inflicted so much terror, pains in many families of Kaduna State, want to be in the same party with the gang of people that stole Nigerian state to stupor. And you are talking about, oh, it is to slim the chances of Ndibo from na Kitiba Bacha, Kitiba Latasiun in Nine put it in on. Kitiba Otoro we one as Nyabacha Punu Nine. If they want to, it is targeted at it's slashing the Igbo chances. It is and I say, when I see the intellectuals, they give me their intellectual analysis. They say, oh, this is the most credible Igbo man that lives. This man, I say, Ewuchi. And to be sincere, some of the people that carry this kind of view that about this kind of view, sick view to me, it is sick, are really, really, really intelligent and very learned. A lot of people that, go for this. The man you are talking about told you he used his proxy to make that clarification. That why he didn't want to align with APGA, which of course was the reason Charles Chukwuma Soludo Nwambafo, Onyisinde Akodo. The reason that he said that is this man, Peter Obi, refused to join APGA, so that it will not be tagged that he is, in Igbo cause, or for them not to say. Then they ask him, oh, why didn't he say, oh, PDP, they are corrupt now? He has been always going for that PDP. When he saw that the big money bag, that none of them can compete the big money bag, all of them decided to run away to look for another place. Now, having seen that there is now a soft landing again, that he is no longer interested in the character. Last time they told you that why he didn't go into compromise with Wike is because he don't want to now forget that thing, these corrupt politicians and the sent politician now want to go with the Onyisinde Obummado, and he want to go with Onyishindoshi. He want to be in the same major party with them, and the angel in him suddenly disappeared, or maybe it has evaporated alongside with the other things that they keep on deceiving us with. So it's because of that, this kind of character, that you want to tell us, oh, we are Biafrans, we are not talking Nigerian politics. But if in this case, let it favor Tinubu, let him release him for us. If it is easier, go and put yourself in DSS solitary confinement for 1 month. Finish and come back. We will clap for you. Go and stay there for 1 month. A man who refused to compromise. He kept his head straight. And that is the person you are telling us. Our Kubo before, in case you did not hear it. For those of you who are saying, hey, this thing is just, they are playing this, that the judgment, I think, maybe let me look for one of these things. Let me look for it. Because when I see some of I just feel like if there is anyhow, I will just, from the comment section, I will draw out somebody. I just bring only the head. I go touch sand. Because you don't know what it means for a man, very able-bodied, very capable man, to be made the kind of promises have been made, and he resists them. They said the another reason that the Mary woman, Onigbo woman was given is that in the DSS, sorry, even not just local, anybody can visit anybody. The reason that they were giving on the case of Simon, anybody can visit anybody. When Nnamdi Kanu was there, even not just Okalo visited everybody, named them, they were all visiting. So if you see all those people, all those ones there, it doesn't mean. After all, it was Judas that was kissing Jesus. It was I said, hell. And some people who were, coming out of that deception net, she put their head back again. I said, "Now, no be juju be this. No be juju be that. No be juju be that." Receive power to be free now. For some of you, where they don't tie you in a brain, put for one coffin. Don't put in a brain somewhere tired. Just watch me. Make sure you're watching my program because I want to liberate you now. Now they said, oh, the chief priest of breaking egg. They were yabbing that the chief priest of egg breaking was there. Oh, I said, only mouth on gets. The other one said, oh, now mouth on the take. Simon is using his body, putting now mouth on the take you na own. Are you not doing the same freedom? If them no fit put their body, what happened to your own body? Why not put your own body? Now mouth to the take get their own. Anyways, before we continue, it's very good we read from Barrister Aloy Ejimakor's War. Today, the Federal Republic of Nigeria closed its case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The court granted the defense 14 days to file its written address on a non-case submission and 14 days to the prosecution to respond. The court then adjourned to 18th July. Thank you for your support. Very simple. Very simple. But beyond this thing, there is something that I am so happy about the personality of this man, Aloy Ejimakor, our very ebullient, very rugged, gallant legal counsel. Of course, to our supreme leader. He said something. He is calling for a security summit or meeting with the southeastern leaders. What he pointed out is that the way things are going, that if we don't stand up to the occasion right now, that he is sorry the case that we are hearing those other places in the Middle Belt will be our case. But of course, our land is boiling. And he made recommendations. He said that it's time we all rally around Major General retired Azubike Ihejirika. That this one is the man that has the antidote to the madness of these blood-sucking vampires who come in human flesh and whom the government of Nigeria decided to give a soft landing name. Yes, of course. They say they are bandits, they are this. Sense, these are full-blown terrorists. And of course, have attachment. They have a touch of vampire in their. They should have a touch of vampire in their name. He said that Azubike Ihejirika should be, called upon because he knows he has the cure to their madness. And of course, I'm using the word madness. Yes, there is a particular write-up, he used that madness. And let me read that one. He said, besides self-defense, when after the recommendation for self-defense for Igbos to rally around, organize themselves the same way the ESN was, put up, now Azubi King Kanu should, be in charge this time so that the Igbo land will be protected. And you remember, all this problem was created by those whom he is also calling these politicians, because they were the first people to tag the ESN a terror organization, associate them or link them up to terror. Now, in his statement, I want to read, because that word I use, mad, M-A-D, he used it to have it became an acronym that means something very important to that write-up and to the course he's even chatting. Now look at it. He said, besides self-defense, referendum might be the next best solution to the ethnic tinged, religious tinged terror cascading across Nigeria. Now the people need to gather together and decide whether they will coexist in peace or perish together in an inevitable, mutually assured destruction. You get it? In inevitable, mutually assured destruction. That is to say, the people need to come together to decide whether they want to continue or whether they should, pass their ways and live in peace as neighbors, or they want to continue. Now, so that you don't think I'm the one, trying to rephrase. This is his words. The people need to gather together and decide whether they will coexist in peace or perish together in an inevitable, mutually assured destruction. That acronym, MAD, M-A-D, mutually assured destruction. MAD, oh. Yes, when you hear this palette, MAD, oh. Slangs. So sometimes some of these things that doesn't make sense, from every nonsense, sometimes we try to make sense. So now that everybody is now, the reason he is chanting these courses, he's starting these courses because the middle belt people, especially now in Plateau State, they organized themselves and they formed a body of security apparatus, local security apparatus, predominantly, it's made up of hunters. And today, it was recorded that they killed over 100 Fulani terrorists in their land, although they just lost 4 men. I mean, the Plateau vigilante or security formation, the new security formation, more of hunters, they lost 4 men, but they wiped over 100 of these terrorists. Now you are getting it. Now this comes to some important topic we want to talk about. The federal government of Nigeria did not just wake up and say, now we are discharging the case. No. There are factors that played out. They are supposed to have tomorrow a sitting again tomorrow, the last, to have receive their last witness. But the problem is that all the witnesses they have called that have testified so far, not even one person brought up anything valid. It was all built on proxy. Oh, this one said, the other one said. Imagine the yesterday on case. One and the DSS, it was so crazy that, a case that you have in your desk for over 10 years, you are coming up to court today to say that that one of the sources of say one person named so said that Nnamdi Kanu told them to able to see Mado 2,000, but he was only to get 30, and he said he don't want to continue. And the court said, the prosecuting counsel, that Onyendu's own team, because they're the one that's interrogating the witness now, said, okay, so where is this person? What is the source of this? He said, oh, it is in the Vanguard now. You want to read? The man said, okay, so the reason, the only thing now you have against my client is something that is contained in newspaper. That this is a case that has been so long. So you have not carried out any tangible. It is not your premise for now tagging this man. This is not because there is any tangible, any verifiable something. Okay, no problem. Where is this person now? He said the person is still at large. The person is still at large. You are using the person. How do you want to? An adult. An adult said somebody told him to get with his mother 2,000. Now, what is he going to do with this? Somebody said they want to use it to near equal so. That's which Nnamdi Kanu told you this. He said this one. So when they see the weakness of the cases, the other one they said, what do you have? Is it a WPPP 2? As he said, the letter. Which letter? I say from Malami. So letter from Malami is the witness you want to bear before the court against the person you have. So it's all because of the weakness. They don't have their bases are too weak and laughable. It's very, very ludicrous. Very, very laughable. So now it is also, they no go just waste the thing like that now after the embarrassment. So at least somebody need to utilize it for his political gain. And so what? Somehow, somebody, because these people said their what do you call it? Their moles in our struggle said that somehow they want to release Onyendu so that we will not do our declaration. So after your declaration, what has happened since then? So now, because if we don't touch these things, we just do it to refreshing our brain to know, because we are getting to the next era. Aka Chukwu dị na ya. If the hand of God is not in it, nothing really happens by chance. It's not coincidence. So of course, I want to use this opportunity to thank the creator of the whole universe, Chukwu Okike Abiama, ekekere ihe niile, ọ dịghị onye kere ya. Nyanwa bụ onye nọ n'igwe mana ọgọdọ ya na-akpụ n'ala. Ike m ji kerere kwana bụ oji ntụ ata atụ. Ọ naghị aga na supermarket egote brush. O ji ntụ ata atụ. O ji ose eme toothpaste. Onye ka m ji ekele ekekere ụwa na o mekwa ya ka o si emebu. Nya daalụ nna, daalụ odogwu bi n'igwe. Amekelekwanụ ọhamadike n'onwe ya. Ahụ obi eruo ofu nna ya na ezinụlọ ya. Nwoke bụ dachi, asa amụọ nwoke ya bụrụ nwoke. Amụọ nwaanyị ọ bụrụ nwaanyị. Amụtakwa Bobrisky, anyị ma na ọ Bobrisky ka amụrụ. Ọ ka o si adị. Nna nwoke dị na be jide ka iji, maka onye asị ya jide ka oji nke ọ na-eme na aga. And also I can ekene Maazị Simon Ekpa, onye jide the center. Onwe mgbe ọ gbatara ruo alo eji my compass a message say ụmụ Biafra na onye ndu si unu keep holding the center. That was the level. The attack at Aloy Ejimako increased from the DOS criminal elements. Our PM, Nnamdi Dalo, Kine Mena Gananya Dalo. The Lego team, na Emeka Dalo no. Barrister Aloy, Asana Meko Jimofo, Jofo, Barrister Maxwell Opera, and all of you, Mandela, you are all doing good. You are all doing well. Thank you. We owe you a lot. With the Biafran people, we owe you. Okachase, our senior advocates, gonna be better squad. Eh? Maabase, gonna be better squad. Gonna be better squad. We no get part 2. When you ask your sensitive questions like this, when you ask your striking questions, your question they put these people off balance. Thank you all for allowing God to use you. The men and women of goodwill, the people that are holding the center for our PM to come out, the brigade cabinet, the Emmanuel Mazi Emmanuel, and the CRC team, Prof. Chomo Koma, all of you, we are very grateful. Continue doing the good work. Mama no, always able. All the stand well comrades, all the stand well comrades in the struggle, and make alone on make another easy. But how will this my 10th vote of thanks be complete when I no come recognize those men? We be say if he get as he be like this, they will spend the rest of their lives in the evil forest, in the forest with tiger and lion mosquitoes biting them every day, all manner of insect, the risk of bullets and all of that. Men on ground. Nam Chineke gana agozi unu. Chineke gana echekwa unu. Your heart desires, your families will be well taken care of. Chukwu okike abịa ma gana ekpuchi unu. If it is not evil for them to have Isba in the faraway northern Nigeria, if it is not evil for them to have Omotekun, if it is not evil for all the security outfits, the paramilitary, the vigilante groups in different areas, even the DSS bulls, Current himself said in his community, they armed their youths, and he is in charge of that squad, which is why the Fulani cannot come to his community. So they are bearing arms to defend themselves. I just brought this up for those of you never do well. Those of you those of you who are cursed. You are a Biafran man, you are still denying your identity, no problem. You find yourself as an Ijaw man, you find yourself as an Igbo man, you find yourself as an Urobo man, you find yourself as any tribe in Biafran land, and you are condemning the activities of the ESN when it was activities of the Biafran Liberation Army, then you are an enemy of your own self. You never deemed it fit to condemn the Hisbah in the north. You don't. It's not a problem to you. The DSS bulls, they arm their community, and they are doing the good work. Now, I just mentioned that the Middle Belt, a new team in the Middle Belt in Plateau State, they now have, constituted a new security outfit, local. Do you know why? Because even the DSS bulls, which of course is one of the demerits, because when they brought up last 2 weeks, or let's just say last month, that Nnamdi Kanu commanded people to bear arms, and they are bearing arms. He was commanded that how did they come to? And the defense council said, are you aware? They begin to show them, are you aware that T.Y. Danjuma said so thing in so date? Are you aware he said another one in so date? Are you aware that the DSS board said this in certain function? Are you aware he said this, he said this? Are you aware this person said this? I'm not aware. You say this, I'm not aware. Because their case is full of demerit. All the exhibits they presented, they know if they proceeded with this, the kind of humiliation the federal government of Nigeria would have given to itself, it will be second to none. It will be sine qua non. It would have been an all-time self-humiliation. You look at it. No basis, no strength. In fact, most of the things they even bring doesn't even it lacks legal background. It doesn't have any way to even start. It doesn't have a landing at all. It totally lacks the locus to stand. And of course, you cannot benefit from your own evil. There is no how do you want to even when you want to now judge Nnamdi Kanu? You said this one we kidnapped from because the man you are judging, you can of course. There is no locus. How do you benefit from your evil? You cannot build nothing. You cannot build legality upon illegality. You cannot establish, legality upon illegality. The thing you would have done is you return him. Now, if you return him, what is your human rights track record? When you return him to Kenya and probably back to Britain, then what is your human rights track record that they will now allow the legal proceeding after you had held him for that much long against all known laws? Where will you say that your trial is based? What will you tell them that this broadcast you're talking about, because they tried to establish that he used the transmitter, which they can't establish that he used it anyway within the Nigeria. So what will you be trying him for? That the broadcast was made from where? So anything that happened far away in Otoncom, you have the jurisdiction to try what happened in France, in Nigerian court. So now, this is the same case. And why Simon has this landslide victory that he is having, must surely have, he's already having, is because nobody can, hold anything against Nnamdi Kanu. And it is the same cause that he is charting, that he's championing, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was championing. So what are you going to tell the court you are doing? What are you going to tell the world? That's why the American team, they came. They said, let us watch them. Let us watch them mouth to mouth and see how they want to maneuver anything. How do they want to do it? How do they want to go about it? How do they intend achieving that? I have a video that I'm supposed to play, but I want to see if there's a video I'm supposed to play. That's a video I'm supposed to play here. That is from Barrister Lawyer Jimako. And he said that this is what is possibly going to, happening now. Let me look for that and play. And of course, let me on the
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Now listen to this.
I put across were all killed. The first 7 guys I called.
You tried to call, we're all dead.
Exactly. They were all dead. So in my village today, if you speak to someone, just be very rest assured that in the next 1 week or 2 weeks, you hear the sad news about that person you've just spoken to. And do you know, before now, just last month, about 20 people were killed in that same village. They are the Fulani and it's ethnic profiling. They are the Fulani, it's not ethnic profiling. When people want to be politically...
Now, when you talk about what is happening, the carnage that they set up, the destruction, the ethnic cleansing movement. When you talk about it, they tell you you are doing ethnic profiling. YouTube, please, the killing, you can see that the word there wasn't from me. I was just trying to, just for information purpose, not trying to, incite violence or, support.
Correct. No, that is an ethnic. It's not, and that is why you see the Sultan of Sokoto will not react to this. He reacted when just about 11 people were butchered were killed in Edo State, the so-called hunters. They reacted. They put up Northern Elders Forum. They made several press conferences. Many governors stood up. The governor of Edo had to travel to some of these states to go and say sorry. Just 11 hunters. That is alleged hunters. If really they were hunters who were killed. Now 200. Nobody in the north is speaking because that is the collective agenda.
Now listen. Sorry, Peter B, I'm not taking it personal on you, but I hate hypocrisy. When this thing happened, instead you took side with them because you want to please. You can do anything. You can say anything against even your own people. And this, your own people, you say things against are the people you want them to sacrifice on you and do for you. Nata, for here is so. Look at what this man just mentioned. That when the Uromi incident happened,
jihad and the complete.
When the Uromi incident happened, that the Edo State governor had to run, and he went to kneel down before the caliphate, told them he's sorry. In fact, if they want EC, those people, the head of India, there are here, that he can easily assemble them and give them the head. So Beacon, just make sure I find favor in your sight. They're panicking. Why? Because they know that they are not in charge. The governor of your state is not in charge. That is why a governor, an elected governor, a governor who is supposed to be elected, though, because none of them is elected.
Complete takeover of the land of our.
Being elected means you are a popular opinion. You are the people's will. You are having the people's mandate. Now you are going to far north to kneel down to beg them to forgive you and forgive your state too. Now this man is asking the question that every sensible person should ask him. When this thing happened here, what did you do? When it happened here, this is what you are reacting to. Now you are keeping mute. You are zipping your lips. You don't talk when it affects other people. When it affects you. And now comes the question of hunter. That they say, oh, these people were actually hunters. Now this person now commenting here, the person that is pouring out his mind, the aggrieved man here in this video I'm playing, now said, even if they are hunters, safe, who knows if they are hunters? Now I'm now asking him himself and all of you watching me, assuming they are hunters, which they are not. So if they are hunters, so you carry guns and come to my sacred bushes and forests. Ask yourself, you from Ebani, you from Etinan, you from Itu, you from Akpabio, you from Aba, you from Ekorekbene, you from wherever, from Anang, you from Ijoland, you from Ishekiri. Can you imagine yourself picking up arms, guns, going to the forests, to the bushes of Katsina and the bushes of Sokoto, the bushes of any northern state? You carry gun, enter their bushes, and you are caught. You go explain tire. You go explain tire. Just imagine yourself. Now you go carry gun, enter their own bush. They come now see your name. They see your name, Akpan Asokwo. Yeah. Oh, they come make mistake. See your name, Ekene Ichikwado Emeka. Awune, that is Omoibo. Oh, sorry, they call it Nyamene. Nyamene to one carry. Oh, Nyamene carry go come enter our bush. Now, when they now defile our young girls in our own community, now imagine yourself as a young man. Now you dress, you enter Kasena village, and then ibupute ihe nọ n'etiti ụkwụ gị tinye n'ike nwaanyị nwa alaji ị ga-ekwu mmụọ chi gị ọzọ na you go talk the spirit wey give you kingship or chieftaincy title. Now, they don't just do these things, this issue of raping, and they don't just do it. They do it and record it, they video it. They are the ones, they will enter your farmland, destroy your crops, take their cattle, because they are not cattle rearers. The cattle is a disguise. They come to maim. They come for the agenda that this man is even mentioning here.
Saying it authoritatively, I'm an authority in this area. I was born and raised in Jos. I speak Hausa as my first language. I speak Hausa better than I speak Tiv. And let me tell you, this thing they call intelligence. We are the sources of this intelligence. The government sometimes use the narrative of intelligence to confuse you, as if what they know is different. They know exactly what we know, or we even know better, because we are the sources of this intelligence. Many of my friends from the adjoining villages in Nasarawa State, who are of different ethnic group other than the Fulanis, anytime the Fulanis are mobilizing, like this attack, they told us day before yesterday. We communicated to the security force. Nothing has been done. They communicated to us.
No, just hold on.
Now, did you hear that part? They even give the security agencies first-hand information that they should be even preempting all these attacks. So is it saying something? Now I was saying something, that this Fulani terrorists will come from far away north and some from all Sahel, and they assemble them, come to your farmland in the south. They take their cattle, they destroy your crops, they eat the one they can eat, the one they cannot eat. When they are the cattle are satisfied, they will then start using their cutlasses to cut these things, destroy it. They are not just doing it, they will do the video recording by themselves so that you will see it. Then, when you see it, you will want to react. Now, once you react, your women, once they go to their farmland, because they are cowards, they cannot just come to attack you. It's either when you are sleeping at night and, or when you are lonely in your farmland, they come, they attack you. Now, they will regroup. They will not only try to, defile these girls, including old women. They defile old women too. You saw the video last time. They brought rough-edged stick and was putting the old woman and some young little babies. Why are they doing the video recording? They do this thing and they recorded it themselves and shared it in the social media to provoke you. Once you react a little, they will come back and wipe your community. And when they are doing this thing, they must have, through their spies, because they work with foreign machineries. Listen, if you have not heard this before, they work with foreign machineries. Some are drone operators, some are scientists, some are laboratory agents. These laboratory agents are not just laboratory of malaria, I have malaria. No, laboratory agents that, certify raw materials. They go with different equipment to know the different raw materials in different communities. These materials are not harnessed in national interest. These are parochially, organized. These allergies and their cronies and their certain Nigerian counterparts, that is when they do have the counterparts, because in most cases they don't. Now these allergies now come, they only meet hungry chiefs in those communities and settle them. When you hear about settlement, it is something you will hear, you want to just go and you would then there more honey noko. A chief, a king will be given 2 million naira, 5 million naira. And they sell off their tomorrow. It's painful. Our people have refused to, think like normal human beings. I was talking with somebody yesterday, and the person was telling me about now this thing, forget it is a white man that did us this, it is a white man that did us, that is why we must return to our root, we will return to our root. I said, my brother, you now know they ever tire for this blame game. Start by blaming yourself. The Fulani people are now committing terror. They are carrying out terror every day. They have even come to make videos that you cannot ask them, you cannot chase them away because they had understanding with your kings. Unless the king can provide everything they have given him. So because of little thing they give. And this is still our history. Our grandfathers, they sold us when we were inquisitive as slaves. They were given mirrors and cheap materials, and they gave out their intelligent people who were eventually used in European farmlands and in science laboratories because they had high IQ. These people were used in production and industrialization of all this Chelsea City and of this city, Manchester City and all of that. Because our fathers, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to sound disrespectful, but these are the truth. This is the truth. He was in why are you don't now my brother no go there? They did this to us. That's why we are still where. I said, these same people, let me ask you, were this same Europe the ones that colonized India? You say, you know about it, okay, you know that they are the ones that Britain, let us even particularize it. Britain colonized you, colonize India, So how come now India is among, when you come before the Committee of States, India is treated with so much respect, and your own, you want to leave everything to chance, and you want to relax. They say you are the giant of Africa. You smile like one baptized mumu that has been given baptismal name. Oh, you are the giant of Africa. You are the most intelligent people in Africa. You are this and you are happy. And they will come with their deceitful economic index. They will give in, this is, Nigeria is the fastest growing economy. I say, so you don't know when they are giving you superficial names because they want something from you. When you were toasting a woman in your youthful days, weren't you saying those sweet, sweet words to gladden the heart of the woman that you are making advances towards? Hey, I said, so now they colonize India, they colonize you. How come India is thriving today? When you talk about countries with who are powers of the world, who are among the BRICS states, India is in the BRICS state, a very prominent partner there in the BRICS state. When America talks to India, they talk to India with respect, just like China does. Same China was still in the hands of this same Britain. America, you are making reference to, when this Britain come, they give you this same religion all of us have. But why is it that when, okay, you are now blaming, you say we are returning to your roots. What is your name? How do you mean by you don't know my name? I say no, I know your name. Please remind me again. It just escaped my memory. What is your name? Yeah, hey, you know now, Okechukwu John Stephen. You are returning to your roots, Abi. And your name is Okechukwu John Stephen. Okay. Is your village people, is Stephen and John? your village people's name. The Stephen, the John there, are these not all the same creation you are running away? Are these not the same biblical names? Are these not the same foreign names? The same Israeli people you are fighting against and all of that? Oga, wake up. Don't reason like animal again. Reason like human being. Hey, we must, no problem. There is nothing bad about returning to our roots. It's good. But you first of all need to start returning. You are so artificial, you yourself, to start with. You are check what you are wearing. Is it animal skin? Is it your village people made cloth you are wearing? Now, what? Oh, the book you are now. Oh, you just said you just got promoted. You took your master's exam here. In that master's exam, were you reading about your village activities? Oh, they told you Graham produced this. Michael Friday came up with this. They told you, oh, Aristotle did this. Is Aristotle your village man? Okay, oh, now forget that thing. Or the Bible, the thing they're telling you, Bible, now lie, now lie. And when they tell you that Michael Faraday produced this thing, they gave you the book, and you read the book, you accepted that, but they gave you this one. They said this same thing. The person that also accepted this thing in Canada, the same Bible, did the Bible stop the person from making headway, from progressing, from doing productive things in their land? Because when, oh yes, we are clapping for Matthias, there are places he make valid points, wonderful, but he goofs a lot. When you ask him, Oga, what is your name? He say Matthias. What is Matthias? Matthias, is it found in your Mena and Abozondibo? Is it the name of Omena and Abozondibo? You need to think like human being. Religion was used against us. Yes. To what extent is what you need to know. And when you talk about it, make sure you are grounded in it. Make sure you know what you are talking about. Religion was used. Religion was given. This same religion was given to Indians. But the Indian man is still answering Rango. The Indian man is still, he will still go there and still do what is necessary. He still go to school and utilize the herbs in his village. He uses, they will tell you, oh, when you get the medicine from Okigwe, it was used for curing. Morrissey, who found this thing, it was used for curing Ebola. They told you, no. American Research Institute to reduce this, and you accepted it. So who are you blaming? They told you, you practicalize this thing in your laboratory. You brought those microbial organisms, and you tested it with this cola nut. They were unable to move. They couldn't, exercise well in the presence of the solution, the substance, the mixed particles, extract from cola nut, which of course you knew that was a big cure. And they said they told you that this is not working. So who are you blaming? Go and blame your village people that did not allow you to trust yourself, to have confidence in yourself. The man that was colonized like you and who was given the same religion that you are given, he still get that religion, did not forget about his own religion, and understood that the herbs in his village, nothing you would tell him to stop using these herbs. What now he had to do was to develop these herbs. He developed these herbs and he used it to, solve human problem. Your own, you are looking for whom to blame. They told you that it cannot be sustainable, that and you abandoned it. That one said, no, all the herbs in my place are very useful. Today, in the pharmaceutical world, you cannot mention 5 countries. In fact, you cannot mention 3 countries without mentioning India. In the whole medical world, you cannot mention 10 without mentioning India. In fact, you cannot mention 5 without mentioning India. So, Where will you mention yourself? You will mention yourself where you will come out to betray your brother, and you are looking for Igbo man to blame. How did so Igbo man spirit? Igbo man was able to penetrate you because your brother availed himself as a willing tool in their hands. So thank you for allowing us, have this little deviation. So sometimes it's good to digress and still come back to
Hold on,
the
because
point.
this is too much to rush. I'm sorry. Are you saying that you got an intelligence report as a civilian? Your
Yes.
community had an intelligence report about this particular attack that killed over 200 people, and you.
My sister, do you know the funny thing? It is no longer secret. It's just like the secret cultism in Nigeria. They gathered their AK-47 in a community called Giza in Nasarawa State, in the boundary between Nasarawa and Benue, in Giza and Kadorko. All our friends from there, and they come out in the open with their this, and they hold a meeting openly. You know, they are going to strike in Hirota, and then some people begin to beat them farewell. Allah Kulafia. May God take you safely. May God take you safely. Yes, they came in more than 100 bites. Listen, but that is how your country has degenerated. That these things are done in broad daylight. It has degenerated. And let me tell you, let me also shock you. About 7 soldiers, I'm saying it as it is, about 7 soldiers joined them from the Giza, the community, adjoining my own village. They arrested one who uttered all this, made this confession. He said some of the soldiers from Giza trained them of Fulani ethnic stock, and they joined them. They commandeered the whole thing. So what they did yesterday was extremely tactical and strategic with military precision. Right now, there are a lot of tea villages in my council ward that will be taken over by Fulani. They take over not just for grazing, but for proper settlement. You go to these villages today, you find even their kids.
Did you hear that? One, if you remember that the Methodist prelate who was, adopted by this same terrorist in Okigwe Axis by Ihube, 2023, if I'm correct, he said the same thing. They work in connivance. The military personnel are their syndicates. This is when we talk about the military. This Fulani, the military officers of Fulani extraction, Fulani extraction, they work with these people. They give them cover, and sometimes these days they also operate from barracks. So Nnamdi Kanu, our supreme leader, was saying this thing long ago. Including these middle belt people were condemning him. Now the reality has struck them all so hard. They are now speaking up. That is why I said our people are only good in betraying themselves. Other people are engaging, trying to develop something, create something, solve human problems so that they get money to sustain their society. Our own is self-sabotage, bitterness, evil-heartedness, and all of that. Now,
kids crawling.
They move in hundreds of bikes. They move in convoy. In broad daylight. Are you hearing the man's emphasis? In broad daylight. That it is all a syndicate. I just mentioned that they have drone operators, foreign machineries. Last 2 months, a British officer was caught who was supplying arms in Delta State to terrorists. When they will come, they will not penetrate easily, and they will go. Then the foreign personnel will now cross with their vehicle and supply them these things. You now wonder, when did these people cross with these arms to your community? This is how it happens. But thank God, the reality is hitting everybody.
Kids who are yet to start working, they brought them, their families, occupying thief homes, thief houses, which are still standing, occupying those houses, and they have their kids there, not just their cattle. So it's not all about open grazing prohibition. It's about total takeover of the land.
Okay, it's about total takeover of the land. So, taking over the land because is it because they don't have space in the far north to occupy? No, total takeover of the land because there are natural resources there that are due for harnessing, which is the reason the foreign machineries who work with them are working with them. They give them cover, they guide them, they direct them on how to carry out each activity, and they give the cheap pay. They pay them very poorly for those resources. Total takeover of the land. So, lovers of freedom, thank you for joining us. Thank you for always
More than
being with us. And I
Prosecution and this court doesn't know the law. That is the fact.
yes.
Poor knowledge of the law is killing Nigeria. Poor knowledge of.
I'm admonishing you to share the program, please. If it is your first time of following us, please do good to hit on the like button. Do good to subscribe. And also drop your comment responsibly, respectfully. We will be here again. We will always be here. Thank you. Continue being a good Biafran. Our hope have been revived. It is not coincidence that the same week our PM, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is granted bail. The same week our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his case is closed. And it's not a coincidence that the same week that the people who were planted as moles are all supposed to, the same period, the people are supposed to, be taken to court. Or the same period they are taken to court, so for deceiving the Biafran people and committing evil. So everything is happening together for our good. Thank you and bye for now.